Hello and welcome to my channel. I had to move my camera a little bit and now I realized, really Django, I realized that you can see Skeeter in her bed down here, right there. Why can't I make it look? Skeeter, Skeeter. Look, there she is. Oh my gosh. She thinks I have food, so she's trying to come all the way up the stairs. Anyway, you can see Skeeter when she lays in her bed. And now she's trying to come up here because I called her name, so she thinks I have food. I do not have food. I do not have food for her. Oh my goodness. I'm sorry that I called your name. Okay. We're here to look at the new books that I've gotten. Not to see the dogs, but they're cute. So of course we have to. Anyway, Skeeter doesn't even like to sit with me. She just wants me when she thinks I have food. So let's enjoy the fact that she thinks I have food right now. Okay. Now she's maybe going to lay down. Nope. I don't know what she's going to do. But anyway, we can now see the dog bed down there in case either one of them go lay in it. That's not why we're here to talk about that. We're here to talk about new books. Okay. So I have them again in categories based on the type of book it is and where I got it from. So this time we're going to start out with graphic novels and manga. This is what they look like right now. And then I will tell you. Then we'll do audiobooks, and then we'll go back to my physical books. Okay, so I got 8 and 9 in the Spy Family series so that we know what's coming up next is 8 and 9. I'm currently reading number 7. I'm not even halfway through number 7, but almost halfway. And then I have 8 and 9 ready to go. There's 12 out total right now, I'm pretty sure. So I'll probably buy the last 3 together when I get close. Then I took a trip to Barnes & Noble, and that's always bad for me, except I went this time knowing that I was going to spend some money. So I kind of had already decided that I was going to spend money, and I knew that I wanted to buy this book, Witch Hat, and I don't know how to say this, Atelier. There's so many different ways that you can pronounce this. So I have no idea how to say it. But I wanted to get it. And I love the size of this. Like, look at it compared to Spy Family. Like, it's bigger in both regards. It's longer and taller. So I like it being that size. So I knew I was getting this one. I wanted to get number 1. Check it out. See what I thought about it. I have been hearing multiple people talk about it, and so I really am ready to get into it. So, while I was over there in the manga section, I was like, I really want to try Full Metal Alchemist. My son said, oh, this is 1, 2, and 3 together. And I was like, oh, great, I'm going to get it. So I got this, which is 1, 2, and 3 together. And I was literally walking out of that section, like as if I were trying to escape it, when I also saw One Piece, 1, 2, and 3. I was like, I have to get this as well. So now I have volumes 1, 2, and 3 of One Piece and Full Metal Alchemist. And then I have number 1 of the Witch Hat book. Witch Hat something. That's all my manga and graphic novels. So I'm going to show you now the audiobooks that I got. I did not get any books on Audible for the whole month. Maybe that's not true. I may have used one of my, that's certainly not true. I used 2 of mine, and I got the 2 Dungeon Crawler Carl books, number 4 and number 5. So the Gate of the Feral Gods and the Butcher's Masquerade. I got both of those books on Audible. On Chirp, I got 5 books. Book number 1 in a new series called The Victorian San Francisco Mystery. This is Maids of Misfortune. In 19th century San Francisco, widow and boarding house owner Annie Fuller moonlights as a clairvoyant. When a wealthy client turns up dead, she'll put her powers to the test as she teams up with lawyer Nate Dawson to uncover the truth behind this mysterious crime. A charming Victorian mystery. So this is listed as a cozy mystery. It's also listed under historical mysteries. So I thought I would give this a try. It was on sale. I got it. All of these were on sale. I only buy Chirp books when they're on sale. Then I have Aether Witch, another book one in the Witches of Mountain Shadow series. Visions of death plague Fiona, a witch in a small mountain town. When a string of murders points to a killer within her coven and a witch hunter moves next door, the stakes skyrocket. With a target on her sister's back, Fiona must ally with an enemy to unmask the predator in this riveting paranormal mystery. Here we go. Sounds really good to me. The next one I got is Ivy and Bone. Look at the cover of this book. I love it. That's also the name of the series, is Ivy and Bone, a Hades and Persephone romance. A steamy retelling of the Greek myth of Hades and Persephone that kicks off a series. To bring her recently deceased sister back from the dead, Earth Witch Prue summons Cyrus, the devil from the underworld. But she never expected to be lured into his dangerous, tantalizing seduction. A delicious tale read by dual narrators. I always love it. A good dual narrator audiobook. Switching gears to sci-fi, we have the beginning of another series. It's the Singularity series called The Legacy Human. Ellie Brighton is an unaltered human who longs to become an ascender, an immortal human-machine hybrid, to save his ailing mother. That's probably Eli instead of Ellie. I don't know why I said it like that. But when he gets the chance to enter a massive competition, he'll see the Ascenders for what they really are. Hunger Game fans will devour this action-packed audiobook performed by an audiophile best voice. So I'm excited about that one. I mean, it's got a massive competition. So I always love that. Then finally, Not Like Us, an Ilsa Beck FBI suspense thriller, another book one. After a woman survives a brush with a serial killer, she's convinced that it's only a matter of time before he strikes again. It's up to FBI Special Agent Ilsa Beck to make sure she catches the murderer before then, but the case is a little too close to her past for comfort. I got 5 book ones, and I got 5 new books, and they're all book ones in new series. Like I didn't already have enough. Anyway, now let's talk about the physical books that I got. If you saw one of my vlogs, then you've already seen these 4 books. They came in a Once Upon a Time book box, and it was one of those surprise book boxes where you just say, send me any 4 books. So I have The Sheltering by Sarah Beth Durst. This one is pretty short, and it says, can a squirrel with small magic learn to dream big? And so you can see there's a squirrel riding on the back of this owl. I love it. I did try to take the sticker off, and now it's like ugly looking. So I'm going to get actual stuff to take the sticker off instead of just using my fingernails. Okay. I'm going to put this here because I'm going to try to hold them all up at the end. Okay. This one is Main Character Energy by Jamie Varone. This one also has a sticker, but I haven't tried to take it off yet. Anyway. Poppy Banks would rather be writing mysteries than writing listicles for her dead-end job at BuzzFeed. Anybody? But after a series of rejections, she's ready to accept life on the sidelines as a plus-size woman. Her Aunt Margot is the one person unwilling to give up on her niece's dreams and tells her so at their secret yearly lunches. I wonder why their lunches are secret. Anyway, we're going to find out what's up with Poppy and what she does after this. But now, apparently, she's going to be a main character instead of being on the sidelines. Then we have 12 Days of Book Clubmas. Once Upon a Book Club does an advent calendar every year, which I've already pre-ordered mine for this year. And they have one of these books in it that has 12 stories from 12 different writers about different things. Like they're not about the same thing. But it says you are never alone when lost in the magic of a book from onceuponabookclub.com. This is volume 6, by the way, and that was from last year. See, it says 2023 up here. So I'm kind of hoping that I can get some of the other older ones. I'm also thinking that I'm going to read this one this year as I'm reading the other one. Like, I think I'll read them both during the Advent time from December 1st to the 25th. Okay, The Future of Another Timeline is the last book that I got from Once Upon a Book Club. Okay, this says, if you could rewrite the past, you can control the future. So it has a 1992 timeline and then a 2022 timeline. So Tessa and Beth's lives intertwine as war breaks out across the timeline, a war that threatens to destroy time travel and leave only a small group of elites with the power to shape the past, present, and future. So this definitely has time travel in it and things to do with other timelines. So I'm going to probably save this and read this for something that says time travel, like that has time travel in it. So those are my 4 books that I got from Once Upon a Book Club. And like I said, if you saw my vlog, I opened them in there and talked about them. But now let's talk about what I got when I went to Barnes & Noble the other night. Well, I guess we can talk about this first. I got Somewhere Beyond the Sea as a pre-order from my local indie bookstore, my little Main Street Books here in town. And I realized that I got book 2, but I didn't have book 1, so I had to buy that. And I love how they both have the sprayed edges. They look really good together. They did a very good job of making them match. So I like it. I like them together. They look really good. And then again, before we get to the Barnes & Noble shopping, my husband read this book called Soul Care, and he passed it along to me. So it says, avoid burnout, find life-giving rhythms, live restored, and discover unspeakable joy. He read it, and then he brought it in here and was like, you need to read this book. And he just set it on my desk and walked away. I'm like, okay. So then at Barnes & Noble, I don't know if you know this, but they have a section, a whole bunch of books that say buy one, get one 50% off. So I bought this one because I wanted it. How to Become the Dark Lord and Die Trying. I thought this said or die trying when I saw other people reading it. And then I saw my own copy of it and I was like, that says and die trying. But anyway, it'll be my first Django Wexler. I've heard nothing but good things about the writing and how funny he is. This says outrageously fun, filled with humor, action, and unexpected warm-heartedness. So I think that will be a fun one to read. And then, because it says buy one, get one free, I had to go find another one that also said buy one, get one free. I'm sorry, it's not free. It's buy one, get one 50% off. Okay, so I found this. I Am Armageddon. Like, look at the cover of this. It is very cool. However, it is book 1 of a trilogy. It says, all nurses are angels, but not all nurses have wings. Wiley does. She just doesn't know it yet. So apparently something's going to happen where she's going to find out that she's actually a being that has wings. I'm not going to say anything else. I think it'll probably be some form of angel though. But anyway, that's what this one is about. So we'll see what I think about it. I literally bought it cover by because it said buy one, get one 50% off. So I got it. And you can see that my stack is getting tall now so far. I've only got 2 books left. So I'm finally joining the cult that is Katie Robert. And this is where I'm starting Neon Gods. So let me know if I should have started somewhere else. This one was on an end cap at Barnes & Noble and it jumped out at me. And I said, I've been wanting to start Katie Robert. Let me look and see if this is book 1. And if it is, I'm going to get it. And it was, and I got it. So finally, the last book. I am picking the book for the Shelf This Reading book club that is hosted by Bailey from Is Bailey Reading. And she asked me if I wanted to pick a book for December and do the co-hosting for December's book. And I was like, okay, what am I going to pick? So I was like, does it need to be wintry, or does it need to be scary, or does it need to be, like, what does it need to be? And she said, oh, it can be whatever you want it to be. So I picked one and I sent it to her and she said, I'm reading that right now in my in-person book club. I was like, okay, well, let's not pick that one. So I'm walking around Barnes & Noble, and when I tell you that this book jumped out at me, it like jumped off the shelf and into my pile before I even knew what was happening. And so we are going to be reading Secret Santa. Look at this. The Gift That Keeps on Giving by Andrew Schaffer. All I want for Christmas is you. Out of work for months, Lucy Meyer is desperate to work anywhere in publishing. Prestigious Blackwood Patterson isn't the perfect fit, but a bizarre set of circumstances leads to her hire and a firm mandate. Lucy must find the next horror superstar to compete with Stephen King, Anne Rice, and Peter Straub. It's the 80s after all, and horror is the hottest genre in the industry. So, I cannot wait to read this. I know that if you also are on the shelf this, then you're getting a sneak peek at what is coming in December, but I'm sorry, it's coming in December. And you can get it at Barnes & Noble, and it's pretty thin, so it's not a long book. Anyway, that's it. I know I said that's it. Like, that's not very many. This is what I got. The books that I got. Let me see if I can put the manga and graphic novels on top. Okay. There's no way I'm getting this all in the camera. There we go. I actually did. Wow. Okay. So that's everything I got. And it was a lot, but I did it on purpose. Like, it felt better because I was planning on buying some stuff. I don't know if that makes any sense, but sometimes when I just go in with no purpose and I spend money, I feel bad about it. When I go in knowing I'm going to spend money, I don't feel as bad about it. Anyway, here it is. Let me know what you've read of these or what you're most excited about me to read, what you want to hear about, because I have already read the bottom two, and that's it. Those are the only ones I've read out of this list. So thanks so much for watching, and I will see you on my next video. Bye.